In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Welcome to another edition of Jock Brothers Presents Let Us Make Man. I am your host tonight. My name is Brother Jackie Muhammad. I will be moderating this wonderful podcast with a wonderful subject, with some wonderful guests. But before we get to our guests, let's talk. Let's talk to these dynamic duo.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
sir. Yes, sir. One who hails out of New York City. He's living in the West Coast now. Our brother, he's a father, he's a husband, he's a mentor, he's an entrepreneur,
Yes.
he's a soldier. Talk to my brother Ahmed B.I. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam, alaikum salam. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. Thank you all for attending, taking time out of your busy schedule. I'm your brother Ahmed. Delighted to have our exciting guest on to give us knowledge, wisdom, and information on love, marriage, and courtship. Thank you all for attending and joining on. Thank you, Brother Jackie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to the other half of the dynamic duo, our brother, your brother, he also is a father, a single father at that. He's taking care of his young soldier since I've known him, which is honorable. He's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He's a soldier in the Nation of Islam, hard-working brother. My brother, your brother, Brother Abdul Kawi. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam, sir. Thank you again, everybody, Jock Nation, for tuning in to another episode of the Jock Brothers Presents Let Us Make Man. This is our annual show. This is our beloved. They just like Jock Brothers themselves. So, we're gonna add Jock Brothers on the end of the Marriage Keeper. So I thank them. I welcome them back to our show, and I know we're gonna have a delightful show. Thank you. And again, to those that tune in to the Jock Brothers and support the Jock Brothers, and they've been supporting Jock Brothers since day one, we thank you so much for that. And for those of you that have supported the Jock Brothers financially, that's again, words cannot express how much we appreciate your donations. And for those that would like to continue to donate to the Jock Brothers platform and all that we intend to do, please do so. Our Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It is $ Jock Bros, $JAKQBROS. Please continue to support us in all that we do. And please, if nothing else, please share the show and hit the bell. Share the show and hit the bell. We got some wonderful information we're going to share with you tonight. So thank you once again for tuning in. Back to you, Brother Jackie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Jock Nation. So as Brother Kawi said, we have our regular contributors to the Jock Brothers show. They are part of the Jock Nation crew. This is our brother and our sister who are examples and pillars in our Nation of Islam. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that a strong nation builds a strong community. Strong marriage builds a strong nation, And so we have our pillars that we are attempting to strengthen our nation. So we have our brother and our sister, Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia, wonderful believers in the Nation of Islam, who are very good examples of those, as they say in their bio, in the process of becoming married for the last 30 years. So let's welcome them, Jock Nation, Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia. Assalamu alaikum, brother and sister.
Salam. How you doing, brother?
Welcome to the show. Thank you all for accepting our invitation, and thank you all for being regular contributors to the Jock Nation, Jock Brothers and the Jock Nation. Strong marriage builds a strong community. Why? What is a strong marriage? Why do we need strong marriage?
Oh my goodness, brother! I can tell you that in the first begin the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I again bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is His messenger. I would like to greet you all again in the nation's greetings of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
I would begin with, if it's not strong, you see the effect of it in our communities when we have marriages that are off course and not strong. Then young people have nothing to latch on to for strength. The nature of this life is you look for strength somewhere, and we know that you cannot find strength in a broken marriage, a marriage with a father and a mother, and they're not speaking. They're separate. They're not compatible at all. And I know that I want to be a man in my relationship. I want to be a strong Black man. Not just that the sister should be a strong Black sister, but I'm going to be a strong Black man for her and for my children. And I want them to look up to me. I want them to feel me when I talk to them. And I can tell you that a lot of us as men, we're shirking some of our responsibilities as men to be seen as a strong Black man. And that's what I would like to say to you on that point, my brother.
Oh, thank you for that, brother, because it seems to be right now a war against marriage. There is a war against marriage, and there's an undercurrent really of a war between the Black, speaking of just Black people, the Black man and the Black woman. And, there's a undercurrent of war, like we're fighting each other on this social platform. And so you both have accepted an uphill road, an uphill battle, which is honorable. It's really honorable. It's an uphill battle because you're fighting against. It's becoming. They're trying to make it a culture. They're trying to make this war cultural.
Yes,
like this. We should be warring against each other. So as you said earlier, we have to show strength for the young people to latch on to. As far as Black men. And now speaking of Black women, Sister Cecilia, from your vantage point, a strong marriage, what is a strong marriage to you and why is it important?
Well, again, the home is our base and not our place as we're taught as MGT and GCC, which is Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization class. And it goes back to why we're taught that 75% of the work is with the woman, because the woman has to be refined. She has to get culture. She has to be educated because she is the teacher of the nation. She is the teacher of the children. Like we're taught, if you teach a man, you teach an individual. But when you teach a woman, you're teaching a nation. So from our little household, we have 6 children. They range in age now from 32 to 21.
That's
and
amazing.
Now those children grow and they go into the community. Well, are they going to be contributors to society or are they going to be a thorn in society? Which one will they choose? But as the scriptures say, when you give them a good example, they will not stray from it. So no matter if we give our children a good base of you have a father and a mother that's striving to work together, to rear their children, to make them responsible citizens, to believe in Almighty God as their source, because they have to see mom and dad praying. They have to see mom and dad going through tough times, but you're not picking up the bottle. You're not picking up the joint. You are bringing everybody together in prayer and asking Almighty God to help us. And from God helping us, then they see us get up and you go to work to make things happen. See, that's instilling principles and a righteous way of life for our children. No matter what religion we are, we have to have God as our center as our go-to. The husband has to have God for himself. The wife has to have a relationship with God for herself. Because like the minister teaches us, two Negroes will soon tire of each other.
Right.
And I say that all the time because no matter how old we are, no matter if you've been married 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, and we get it all the time, especially when we're vending our books and whatnot. And people be like, oh, I've been married for 40 years. I don't need nothing out that book. And we were just in Cobbtown, Georgia, a couple of weeks ago. And we were vending, and the husband said, oh, we've been married for 40 years. I'm good. We good. So he walks away with their friends that he was walking with. And then his wife comes to the table because she was at the other vending table. So she comes and he's waiting a little bit further down. And she picks up our book on communication. She just flips it open just to read something. And she says, this is exactly what we were dealing with last night. I kid you not. And I told my husband, I said, now look at that. This is a prime example of how a lot of relationships go. It's the wife that seeks some new information, some new tools for the marriage, for the relationship. Husband says, oh, we good. We don't need none of that. But she said the very issue we had just last night was right there in your book. And she bought 2 books immediately. Because again, the more we strengthen what we have and the center, the focus is God-centered. It's getting knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because this world that we live in is what? 196,940,000 square miles. What do we look like saying, oh, I have enough information? But if you ask your spouse, what would they say you need improving on? And they probably are already telling you what you need improving on. You just playing a deaf ear.
Mm-hmm. So I have a couple of, I was doing research on divorce rates earlier. I forgot the report I got it from, but it was saying that 41 to 50% of first-time marriages end or go through divorce. That's an extremely high amount. They saying most marriages end because of low income. I guess that's one of the number one reasons. It was also talking about the grays, meaning the older couples. That marriage rate is also picking up. And I want you to pretty much do those numbers kind of like coincide with what you run into on a regular basis, or those issues in terms of why marriages seem to struggle a lot? Also, Brother Jackie, I got a question. Somebody wants you to clarify the process of marriage. You said it in your opening, and somebody's responded to what do you mean by the process of marriage? Okay.
No, well, I'll do that. I'll answer that first. In the bio of Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia, it says that they have been in the process of becoming married for the last 30. Well, it was 28 years when we got this first bio. So the language is the process of becoming married. Does that ring a bell to you, Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia?
Absolutely.
Because that's what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us, that you are not married past tense, but you are in a process. That does not end. So you're continuously growing and working in that process, because to put it in past tense, like we achieved the goal, that's not the case at all. And by God's grace, this year, July 4th for us will be, inshallah, 33 years of marriage. So like you said, you are reading older bio, but that's what we're taught, that it is a process. Don't say you're married, say that you're in the process of marriage.
Okay. So all right, well, you want to go ahead and answer Brother Kawhi's question?
On those statistics I just wrote out earlier.
Well, no, sometimes I hear the statistics are higher than that. They be like, it's almost like a 50-50.
Right.
And when you hear those type 40%, I mean, that's high by itself. And then if you add 10 more, 50-50 chance, then that lets you, it goes back to what you said, brother, is that, Brother Jackie, about how society portrays marriage and relationships in general. If you turn on your television, if you listen to the music, everything is degenerate. It's not lifting anything up. It's
Come on.
telling you to sleep around. It's telling you ain't nothing wrong. Just all of the stuff if you're putting that in your ears all the time, well, what's happening? It's easy now for you to commit a fornication or adultery because everywhere you look at it, on the TV, they doing it. The music is saying it. Man, the women coming outside naked, not half naked, they are straight naked at this point.
Right.
So if you're seeing all of this to keep our mind on sex and our cardinal behaviors of degeneracy, then therefore it's going to be high like that. Because now it's like the minister said, I was listening to Final Call Radio this morning, and the minister was talking about the pale horse lecture. He was talking about nobody's long suffering anymore. No one wants to, like our slogan says, fight for your marriage. Why fight? I don't need you. I be bad. That slogan, I can do bad all by myself. The men saying it, the women saying it, everybody's saying it. I'd rather be in my apartment, in my condo, wherever I am living. I'd rather be by myself in peace than to be in hell, because what we find most of the time is that someone is trying to fight for that relationship. Someone wants, let's go to counseling. Let's do this. Let's do that. And the other person says, no, I don't want to do that. I want out this relationship. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of arguing. I'm tired of all of this. And most of the time we already got somebody at the side anyway.
Anyway. So in the process of becoming married, which is a very good way to put it. In the process, why should the couple educate themselves in marriage, in with different situations? I mean, we're in a different time. Times are changing. There are different things that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Should one educate themselves when it comes to marriage, just based on relationships?
Absolutely, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I ask most people, I say when they come to me for counseling, I say, how many books do you have on being a husband? How many books do you have on being a father? I say, how many books do you have on being a good wife? How many books do you have on being a good mother? They say, I have none. I have none. You think about the most important thing that you could be involved in.
Good point.
Being a wife, being a husband.
Yes, sir.
To somebody, and you have no books, no information on it. All you relying off is your knowledge. And most of us, it's corrupted knowledge. Our knowledge is so weak, it's so corrupted.
Yes, sir.
Any little bump in the road can send us over the edge. A lot of us are over the edge anyway.
Yes, sir.
And so any little thing, she sneezed. I don't want her no more. I don't want to be married no more. that's kind of what we do. We are so weak.
Yes, sir.
Weak. And we need to be shored up and strengthened in our commitment to marriage, because we get married weekly. We get married with an A, B, C, D, E, F, G plan. If this doesn't work out in the first couple of weeks, I'm out of here. I don't need this. And a lot of us are that way. We always talk about what we don't need, but marriage will force you to need her, to need him. And it's a cleaving to one another that so many of us don't want to do. We cleave to our mother. We cleave to our father, but we don't want to cleave to each other because that's unknown territory. And a lot of us don't want that right there.
So let me ask you this, please.
Mm.
Oh, I'm
So,
on mute. I'm trying to say something. I'm on mute.
you was on mute. Oh, go ahead, brother. Go
What
ahead.
was that last statement you made, Brother Marcus? Because my question is to that point, when we're looking for a mate, or when we view other relationships like our parents or some of the people around us, we look. Is it wrong to look for perfection in a relationship? Because if we see things that, okay, I like my parents, I like my friends' marriage, certain parts of it, but certain parts I don't like. So when I get married, I don't want that, but I want that, but I don't want that, but I want that. Is it giving up, or is it wrong looking for perfection
Brother,
in the relationship?
you should look around you for anybody who's got a marriage and they're working the marriage and the marriage is going okay for them. You should ask them, what are you going through? What are some of the problems that you've overcome in your life? And let him teach you, let her teach you. You know, a lot of us we're too cheap to ask anybody for help when our marriages really need help. And I can tell you that, I have 2 children that are married by Allah's grace. And I wait for them to contact me, but they not going to contact dad because they don't want dad to know that they might be having some problems. But I can tell you that I know that problems do come up. Problems do exist, and you should avail yourself to the resources that are available to you. And I can tell you that it's so unfortunate that we are too lazy sometimes to ask for help. Help is available, but will you avail yourself to the help that is available, readily available to you? This is different than when I was coming to the Nation of Islam. I didn't have a whole lot of help. But I asked a lot of different ministers, and ministers helped me, and I now help other people. But I can tell you that you should never be afraid to ask for help, because somebody sitting there in your face might have a solution for you. They might have an answer for you that you did not consider. The perspective of them is greater than the perspective of yourself. They're looking at you from the outside, looking in, and they can see what you may not be able to see.
And how can we look for perfection where the minister said there is? The Honorable Louis Farrakhan said there is no perfection. Even the earth has a wobble in it. So if the earth has a wobble, how can you look for that which you are not? Even if we're under an illusion of our greatness, you're not perfect. So how can I look for that which I am not? Look for someone that, if you have a list of 100 things, say if you have a list of 100 things and they meet 80% of it, they meet 70% of it, you're doing really, really good.
That's good. Right. That's right.
Well, I want 100%. I'm gonna do like this. Like I say, how can you ask for that which we're not there? So stop it. Look for the person that fulfills as much of, if it's three different brothers or 3 different sisters, and you're looking and you're comparing, and you have I did have a checklist. I had my little checklist. I always wanted to be married. So I had my little checklist since I was about 16, 17 years old. I had a checklist of what I was looking for a future husband. And you should get to know all about yourself.
Right.
As a brother and you're single, you're looking at what is your vision? What is your plan for your future marriage, your future wife? Where do you want to live? How many children do you have? Do you want additional children? This, that, and the third. Well, I want to open up a law firm, or I want to do this and I want to do that. You have to have vision before she comes. Because like the Dr. Louis Farrakhan taught and teaches us, brother, if you have no plan, what do you need a wife for? You have to have a plan, because she's there to help you meet your objectives. If you have no plan, no objectives, no vision, the woman gets disgusted after a while.
Yes,
because she wants to help you to become a god. That's what the minister says. Sisters, help me to help make men of God. That's what the MGT and GCC is all about. We're striving to be women of God. We want to help our men to be men of God. Any woman of consequence is looking for that brother who she can give that leadership over to. Men say, oh, the strong black woman. Well, she's tired of being strong because the man is not doing what he's supposed to do. When you do what you're supposed to do, she will fall in. Some of us is going to take a while, because if you meet her, she's 35, she's 40 years old. She's been doing it by herself for a long, long, long time. And most of our brothers who are around those ages, you looking for, I want a woman I can mold, and I want to shape her, and you know, all kind of stuff we put in our mind. God made it, and you're going into the MGT, or even our sisters who are not in MGT, she's still a woman of God, whether she knows it or not. You're looking for the woman that fits you to perfection, in that sense, where she fits your puzzle.
Right.
So I have a question. If you're single or in courtship and the person you're courting was married before,
Yes.
is it recommended that you speak with the ex-spouse?
Yes.
That's what the minister said.
Yes.
Honorable Louis Farrakhan said that emphatically.
He teaches us that, brother. That's our training to get with the brother who was her husband before you. He has insight into her that you wouldn't get unless you talk to him. I am not for us doing little secret courtships where nobody knows what was going on. And you just show up at the mosque one day. I'm married now.
Horror story.
Oh my God. That's not a good look, brother. You got all this help in the captain and the student minister, the officials of the mosque to help you with whatever courtship you are pursuing. You know, when you were talking about the beautiful class that Master Farad Muhammad came and gave the sisters, the MGT, I'm sitting here thinking about, we got a singles activity weekend coming up in New York City, and we don't have but a couple of brothers who are coming to our program. I am wondering, why are you not showing up for something that could help you? This could help you to find that sister. And boy, oh boy, she's there, brother. I go all over the nation. The sisters are waiting for us to show up and show out. Like they say, show up and show out. They want you to be that brother that they were looking for. And I don't know what to say to get our brothers to respond. I don't know.
You know, while you was talking earlier, Sister Cecilia in particular, and you know, if it was never in my mind that I needed a wife to be successful before I got married. Like that wasn't implanted, that wasn't being pushed. But you know, to hear you say that, Sister Cecilia, I think that's one of the cultural things that we have to make sure that we're, you know, explaining to Black men, that You know, in order for you to be that great man that you want to be,
Yes.
you know, you have a woman by your side that'll help you to be great. But this culture makes you think that you can do it, you know, as a, you know, on your own. You know,
Yes.
I'm a high value man.
Yes.
You
High value with nobody by your side.
right.
You so high value. You don't need nobody by your side, brother. Whenever you go into corporations, big corporations, before they will promote you to a higher level than you are, they ask this question: are you married?
Mm.
You're not married? Oh, okay. Thank you so much. And they leave you alone because they're looking for somebody who's married, because they know the wife is going to push him to have an investment in his future. And a single man, as great as he is, Michael Jordan was great. Oh my God, he was a great basketball player. But he did not score like he scored unless he had a woman by his side.
Mm.
And I can tell you, if we're out here trying to do it all by ourselves, just me, and you don't have her, then what are you really saying about yourself? Are you too selfish to be married in 2025 to a black woman? I don't know if that's what's happening here, but something is happening to us that we are not pursuing marriage.
And they know that family is the basis of our community.
Right.
That is our strength.
That's our
That is
strength.
our power base. So if that is your anything that is our power base, anything that roots us deeper into seeking growth and advancement, we are told the opposite. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with being single. The music telling you being single. Oh, look at this one. He got married. She took all his money. Look at this. Look at, they put all of that negativity out there.
Right.
They put all that negativity out there. But you sit back and watch. Look at who's married. Look at this one married. Look at that one married. Married. But then you hear, oh, this and that and that. Why? Because they have thoroughly, our children right now, our children 19 to 35, how many of them are not even studying marriage? They don't even talk about marriage.
Right.
You know what they talking about? Let's live together. Let's see. Let's try it out.
Try it out.
Let's see if it's going to work. Wait a minute. You're doing the same thing as a husband and wife. What's the difference? Oh, the paper makes that much difference, but you want to try it out. No, that's not what it says. In Genesis 2nd chapter, it says, it's not good for man to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
God created you. He knows you need a wife.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that once you get a wife, she's going to, as my husband one time said, he said, brother, you could be happy right there. He was pointing to a table. He said, brother, you could be right there happy sleeping under that table on a cardboard with a pillow and a cover. You happy. That woman come in your life? Oh, no, sir. We're not living like this. She got to beautify it. She got to change it around. She got to make it heaven for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the family. But as a brother, oh, you good. I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. You know, all I need is some can of beans and you know, whatever it is single brothers eat. But I'm sure a lot more brothers are learning how to cook to be healthier. But
Yes.
the point I'm making is that don't run from that which, see, the key ingredient, that which God put in place for you. See, you listening to the devil and what the devil say do, what the devil say, you go here, you do this, you do that. What did God say?
Right.
All right. So since you brought it up, I got you up, man.
Yeah.
They brought up, Brother Marcus brought up the single retreat. I just wanted to highlight it. It's June 27th, 29th in New York.
New York.
Is it on? Is it okay?
Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
New York.
New York. In New York. This is from a Friday to Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Or you want to go ahead and talk about it, Brother Marcus?
No, it's just that it's in Friday to Sunday. It's in Brooklyn, New York, and it actually it's going to be at Muhammad's Mosque number was 7C.
7C.
That's where we're going to do the activities at, and Minister Henry is going to deliver an outstanding khutbah for us to begin our program. He's going to be speaking on marriage and the benefits of marriage for our single brothers and sisters. And he's going to talk. And then me and my wife is going to do what we normally do, which is about a 4-hour program. That's the end of talking. We're going to do a 4 hours talking, and we're going to then move into our dinner. And once dinner gets going, we're not in your face looking at you all the time. We're there in the room, but we are not in your face trying to look at what you're saying, listen to what you're talking about, because we understand that this is a process for you to deal with her, to deal with him, and we want to respect that process.
The Single Social Weekend, by Allah's grace, came out of, we were doing the marriage retreat by then. I think it was about maybe eight years or so into the marriage retreats. And the single brothers and sisters approached us in Atlanta, all over where we would go to do marriage things. And they were like, when are y'all going to do stuff for us as single believers? And we were like, well, we went to the marriage. So and then my husband was like, well, I said, okay, yes, sir. So that's where the Single Social Weekend started, because we would take the weekend for the believers to just come together, go to different venues, different places, different, because now what, we were in Miami, we were in Charlotte last year.
Yes.
So the object is just to travel around our nation and let the single believers come together and enjoy a weekend where no one is on post. You're having fun. You're getting to talk. And Brother Kwawi, you have been to some. So he has experienced it himself. So that's what it's designed for. It's designed for the singles to come together amongst our nation. It's only registered Muslims in the nation of Islam. No one else that's not in the nation is for the singles, because I have a lot of lost founds. Really asking, I'm like, no, it's just for registered Muslims in
Glad
the
you clarified that.
of Islam. So you have to be a registered FOI, a registered MGT, active and in good status with our nation to participate in the Single Social Weekends. And again, it's designed for you to come together and have fun and just be around each other. And that Sunday, we asked the brothers, any sister that you wish further communication with, our process is courtship. We don't have dating. We don't have none of that, slide in my DMs and let me holler at you. That's not the process.
It goes down the DMs.
It's not the process. It's putting in actual courtship papers, and we have brothers fill in those courtship papers by Allah's grace on that Sunday before they leave and submit it to the city of the sister, so that they can further continue the process of getting to know each other. And we have to keep saying that to a lot of us as believers. Courtship does not mean you have to marry that person.
It doesn't
means
mean that at all.
That is you can say your passport, your ability to be able to talk with the brother, to talk with the sister, to see if they are compatible for you. Not force it, not do nothing we're not supposed to do. We don't be touching, we don't have sex during courtship. Right. None of that happens, because again, we're in a process of getting to know this person. And if it doesn't work out, we part and go our separate ways. No problem. You my brother, you my sister. That is our process. And when we follow the way God set it up for us, we are successful. And sometimes there are issues that we need to further discuss. We do that as well. for our single brothers and sisters, premarital counseling, courtship counseling, all of that by Allah's grace we provide as well. So there's a whole 360 degrees by Allah's grace that we have grown into helping believers with, and even our Christian brothers and sisters. Matter of fact, June 21st, this month, we'll be speaking at Red Oak Church in Stockbridge, Georgia, and doing a male leadership relationship workshop for their church and community. So again, it's getting the work out here to let us know that we can be successful in relationships. We just got to be ready to put on our what they call it, our not, I don't want to say boxing gloves, because we don't want nobody fighting each other physically, but we want to fight the problem, go after solutions to solve our issues. Because I say it all the time, why are we walking around with a smartphone and we not using it properly to help us resolve issues?
Oh yeah, so I got a question. So yeah, by the way, I enjoyed the Single Social. It was in Miami. I missed the one last year. What I enjoy most about the Single Social is the different topics that you brought up. I guess you address the process according in different angles. So I know we got the marriage retreat coming. If you could bring up, if you can like say some of the different topics that you will be discussing during the marriage retreat, and then the same thing with the single retreat, so people can see just what they're going to get for coming to your events.
Okay.
Well, definitely with the marriage retreats, with the single socials, by Allah's grace, because we do it all year long. And like I said, for the marriage retreat now, by Allah's grace, it's been 15 years. The single social weekend, inshallah, has been 8 years this year. And it's really focusing on what we see, what we hear people dealing with. I'll give an example of when you were talking about issues. We had a brother who a couple years ago, and we hear it every year, really, by Allah's grace, where brothers say, my wife dragged me here. I ain't want to come to this. They be honest. They be totally honest. They be like, I didn't want to come. You know, my wife dragged me here. But at the end, one brother particularly, he stood up and he said the whole retreat, he said, I didn't say nothing. I just listened. And he said, every challenge that I've had in my marriage, by Allah's grace, it was like y'all was reading my mind, knowing what I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis, and to get solutions. That's what we want to help people. We had one brother tell us, brothers was telling him not to come. They ain't never even came. Telling him, do not go to the marriage. He said they ain't never came. They married. They single, telling me don't come. And he said like this. He said this was like Savior's Day for my marriage. He said because everything that we deal with, we think we're on an island, but we are on an island by ourselves, that you're the only one. You're not the only one married. You're not the only one in the Nation of Islam. We all have the same fight. Is what degree is it in your relationship? Is it communication? Is it finances? Is it dealing with the blended family? Is it dealing with our health? Is it dealing with the in-laws? Is it dealing with the children of the other family? See, every topic, it just depends on what your particular relationship is dealing with, and to be able to be in an environment where you get solutions. That's the object that we worked with. A couple of years ago, we kept hearing finances. We're having financial issues. So by Allah's grace, what do? We started having that whole Saturday of the marriage retreats is finances for the believers. Your personal finance, business finance. And by Allah's grace, this year, they're really in for a treat, because we have an actual wealth advisor that advises people of all degree, of those who are most affluent with finances to those who have none at all to talk about. You know, he's coming in, her Sister Carmen Herrera, who is, like I said, she's very well known for over 30-something years of dealing with finances. And she is a wealth advisor to one of our presenters who we have every year too, Sister Melissa Muhammad out of Washington, D.C. And she does an absolutely phenomenal job with dealing with finances. So again, if you've never come, and I'm at that point with couples now too, where I say, yeah, we've been doing it for 15 years and we've not seen you at not one of them.
Not one. Not one. We seen you at one, Brother Ahmed, but
Yeah.
that was the last one we saw you at.
Mhm.
Oh, we coming.
Yes, yes,
If I gotta drag her,
Brother Jackie, we ain't seen you at one. We ain't seen you at one either, Brother Jackie.
Yeah, we coming too. If I got a drag her too, man. I got my rope.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh.
We do this for you all,
Right.
so you can hear and see that we have the same level of care. If the Honorable Louis Farrakhan was sitting in that audience, I would want him to see what we're doing. I would want him to be pleased with what we're doing. Everything we're doing is exactly in line with what we're teaching in the Nation of Islam. Everything. And I want the minister to see it one day. I know he may not be able to see it, but I want him to hear about it from someone of you. Tell him about what we do at the Marriage Retreat, because we do a work that is exemplified by what we have seen of him. And we want him to know that we do all of this because of him and because of his work among our people. That's why we do it. We know that we come into the Nation of Islam with deficits, and we have a cure, somewhat of a cure for some of the deficits that we come in. And when we do our part, oh my God, that part is the most probably important part, because it's grading your marriage.
Mm.
How did you do this year in terms of your communication? How did you do this year in terms of your spirituality? How was it? How did you do this year, brother? How did you do this year, sister? Because it's not just you grading, she grading you, brother. It's you grading her too. So she sees it. You're looking. Your eyes are looking at her too, and it's a wonderful way that we've got a process for doing this, and it's so wonderful. We have disaster preparedness. Oh my God, that is such a powerful component of the class. And we have Sister Tequila and
Brother Richard.
But there's another component of the class. It's the communication portion. And we're going to have this year, we're going to have Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad. He's going to be there, Allah willing, to talk with us about, we may have only one side of the auditing thing. We don't know the other side of it. And he brings the other side in the communication portion that's so powerful. And I mean, he makes us, we bull bait each other. You know what bull baiting is?
No, sir.
Oh man, that's
why you need to come.
That's
Nah.
that's a powerful thing.
That is up there, Ahmed.
Oh my God, it's so powerful to witness, to see it in effect. We post some of the pictures online, but we want you to see it and experience it for yourself with your wife.
Right.
We want her to see you get uncomfortable, because in the bull baiting, she's not allowed to say nothing to you. It's just your presence, her presence right there.
No, the bull baiting is they pick words.
Oh
they
my
pick
God.
words that they know will make you nervous,
Oh my God.
because with bull baiting, you can't move, you can't laugh, you can't twist. So they purposely say, and you have to have like a straight face.
That's right.
So it's again, it's everything is designed to help us in our marriages. and a weekend where you're not at work,
That
you're
work.
not on post, you're not, well, we know normally we don't even have that where people are leaving to take calls. Everyone is there
Locked in.
focused
Mhm.
on working on their marriage, and by Allah's grace, only by his grace and permission. Every year we have people that come. We've had couples that's been with us 9 times, 10 times. I mean, they come because they say every year we leave with so much information to help us that we can take it through the whole year and come back for the next marriage retreat by Allah's grace and permission. Again, it's designed to help us to keep fighting. Husbands connect with other husbands.
That's
Wives connect with other wives.
Through the husband only class. The husbands only class is so powerful. Last year we had Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad to talk to us, and it was overwhelming. What he shared with us about that black box was overwhelming for us. And this year we have none other. We got Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad. He's going to teach us wonderful things. And Minister Troy is going to teach us wonderful things in the men's training class, the husbands only training class. And the wives are going to have their treat as well, because they need to talk with their trainer about whatever their needs are. I don't know, because I'm not one of them. I don't know. So I just want to tell you all that the wives only class is for the women. The husbands only class is for the husbands.
To get solutions.
Get solutions.
That's what we want you to leave with. The marriage retreat is to give you solutions. The singles events are there for you to have a proper place, per the instructions of our minister, the proper environment,
Right.
so that you can be around other believers in our nation, to listen to play games with, to have a good time. But at that Sunday, the good time stops, because now it's time to put in some papers.
That's right.
And that's for the brothers. The sisters ain't gonna do that.
The sisters ain't gonna do that.
The brothers have to submit the papers. You are the lion.
That's right.
I do have another question that came in.
Yes.
It said, what do successful couples do that unsuccessful couples do not do?
Sound like they have our book.
Oh,
By Allah's grace, we have a book titled that successful couples do what the unsuccessful couples don't do. And that book is about, hold on for me.
How can we put that book? How can we put the book information up, Brother Ahmed?
They can just go right here. That's the name of our book. So whoever said that,
it's a glare on it, Sister Cecilia. I can't see it good.
Can you see that?
Okay, right there.
Okay, a little bit away.
There you go.
But yes, they can just call Brother Marcus directly at 770-256-8856. 770-256-8856. Just call us and place your order, and we can have it sent to you.
And these books are $10.
Mm-hmm.
They are worth much more than that, but we keep them available to you at that low price because we want you to have the book in your possession. Again, if you don't have any couples books, and you a couple, you are a couple, you are not single no more, you now have a couple, a person in your life that is calling you their boo, their honeydew. You know, they have you in their life. So why don't you read something to help you be a better man, to help her be a better woman? This book will help you be a better husband, a wife to each other. That's the guarantee with this book. All praise to Allah.
All our books have over 200 tips for you to practice. Like, people come to the table, well, I don't read books like that. I was like, well, guess what? You don't have to. Just open up. What's today? Today is June 3rd. Go to tip number 3, and you can practice that tip all day long on that 3rd day.
That's right.
Just take a tip a day.
Can they also go to your website as well?
Yes, they
Okay.
can.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You would prefer them to call?
Call me. Yes,
Yes.
call me, please. Because I have some big problems with my website right now.
Okay,
Big
okay.
problems.
All
So
right.
just
Double
call
busy.
me, 770-256-8856. After I get off this show, 256-8856. We will be happy to service you in whatever way we can. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Brother Ahmed, I had cut you off earlier. Did you have anything, brother, that you wanted to continue? Hold on, Black Jesus. You have your phone. You on mute.
You're mute.
No, they was answering all my questions like right back to back.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, everything I was trying to focus on was, and the sister jumped right on it, that when others speak to us about marriage, they never say that. Well, I'm not saying they never say that, but you hear more of what people say and not what God says. And what God says in all scriptures, and He speaks very firmly on marriage. And then the other thing the sister mentioned was the process of courtship, of finding a mate. It's universal, but it's something to study, because we could say, yes, you want to be married. Yes, you need to find a husband. Yes, you need to find a wife. But the process is a whole study in itself, because to reap the benefits of marriage, which is peace of mind, which is happiness, you have to find the person to bring you that. Not to say it's going to be 100%, happiness, because there's struggle. Struggle is ordained, but the process that you go to can make what the benefit is so much better. But the sister dealt with that. So that was the question I had.
All right, well, absolutely. All right, Jock Nation. So we have the single social, which is June 27th through the 29th in beautiful Brooklyn, New York City.
Yes,
And if you need information on the single social, this is the information. This is the number you call, 770-256-8856. Speak with Brother Marcus, and he will guide you for the single social and also for the marriage retreat. This is August 27th through September the 1st in Detroit, Michigan.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is in Detroit. And this is for building a rock solid marriage.
Yes, sir.
Me and Brother Ahmed, we just gonna try to drag our wives down. I mean, we do the best we can, Ahmed. We try hard, and
I can guarantee you will enjoy it, brother. I guarantee it.
Yes, sir.
For my life, you will enjoy it. I guarantee you will.
Yeah, we gonna try hard, brother. We work hard with Jock brothers. we do the best we can. We do the best we can. So his brother Ishmael is scheduled to be there as well, or?
Inshallah.
I know he's busy.
He's very busy.
Yes.
I know. I can imagine, but definitely.
We'll see.
But you have a very good panel, though. So
praise
by Allah's grace with yourself and whatever, So it's good. All right, so that's it, Jock Nation. I don't see any more questions. Like to give you last words, Brother Marcus, Sister Cecilia. Sister Cecilia, we'll start with you.
Well, again, thank you so much for always inviting us to your show. We are always deeply honored to participate on your show. And again, thank your audience, and we thank you all for all that you do to assist our nation with your show. And we're just thankful to Allah that we can assist our nation, our people, any way we can to help all of us to be successful in the journey of marriage, in the journey of our singlehood. Put on the hood of God. That's the best way, as husbands and wives, put on that hood, connecting us to our Creator. focusing on studying and improving our personal selves, the more you do that in your relationships, that's how you keep the relationships going, not stagnant, but learning all about yourself, all about your spouse, all about your children, because they are a part of the family, and the wealth of knowledge and experience you get just from behind your own doors learning. Because I tell people all the time, every person you look at is a book. Why not turn a page and learn more about that person?
Absolutely. Brother Marcus.
Well, I want to quote to you out of the Successful Couples Do What Unsuccessful Couples Don't Do. I want to quote to you tip number 74. Successful couples believe in each other. Successful couples believe in each other. When you decide to view your spouse as a good-willed person, that perspective changes your entire relationship, how you see her, how you see him. Even in the middle of conflict, you can see each other as partners and friends. It's us against the world, baby. But seriously, successful couples believe that we're on a team. They are each other's biggest fans and supporters. If one of us succeeds, we both succeed.
Right.
And if one of us fall behind, the other one helps them catch up or takes the lead for a bit. Also, this helps if you do different chores around the house. All praise is due to Allah. Marriage is essential for our nation's survival. And it was the minister, Louis Farrakhan, who came before us and said that marriage is the number one threat. Divorce is the number one threat to the nation of Islam. He didn't say the white man in any sense. He said divorce is the number one threat to the nation of Islam. We should have took that seriously and listened to what he was saying about divorce. So please honor us with your presence. We would love to see you. And I can tell you that if you give us an opportunity, we can help you. We can help you. We can help you. Thank you so very much. May Allah bless you. Salam.
Bless you too. Brother Kawi.
Yes, sir. As always, like I said at the top of the show, I just thank you for coming to the Job Brothers and sharing your wealth with us, your wealth of knowledge with us. This lane that you're in to try to keep marriages alive is a beautiful lane to be in. I don't know of anybody that do it quite like you. And the fact that I know y'all personally. I mean, y'all, what better couple to lead such a charge? So I salute you for what you're doing. And I just ask Allah to continue to protect you and bless you in all your endeavors. And I like what you, and of course, I like what you're doing for the singles as well. So just keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir, brother. Brother Ahmed.
Yes, sir. I was reading something that said marriage is not just about love. It's about duty and purpose. A righteous spouse will help you fulfill the mission God put you in. I'd like to thank Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia because they're not only helping us define ourselves and then help us look at what it takes for us to get on the road to find that mate. But not only do they not stop there, they're allowing themselves to us to have access to them once we get on that path with our mate to be successful and happy. So I just wanted to thank them for that and all the books and all the effort and work that they put into it. As we were talking before, this podcast, writing books it's not an easy road. But the work is beneficial because when you see success, even if you help one marriage or two marriage, amen, so worth it in the eyes of God. I also wanted to put out to our listening audience, if if you're not only calling them to join on with these events, if you have any skills, social media, marketing that you want to help, you may not be able to write a book. You may not be able to set up these. This is a gift that was given to Brother Marcus and Sister Sia. But if you can help, or if you know somebody who can help, give them a call. Give them a call, because
That's right.
times are changing. AI is coming. Everyone is developing different skills now. So if you have these skills and you just want to lend a hand to them, this brother and this sister, I've known them for so many years. Beautiful spirit, very humble, and very dedicated to bringing success to our righteous people and our people in general. So reach out and give them some information, or give them a hand with this project. But we thank you both for coming on our show and dedicating yourselves to this marriage and courtship process. Thank you.
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Man, don't Ahmed sound so spiritual now. That's a different Ahmed, bro. I'm telling you.
Beautiful, brother Ahmed. Beautiful.
That's a different Ahmed. Ooh, marriage. I'm telling you.
You better get a bottle of that, brother.
We need to bottle that, bro. That's a different Ahmed. Praise be to Allah. But thank you once again for your honorable work that you all are doing. The uphill road.
Thank you.
Definitely, you fighting against a wave, a culture, man. And as Brother Ahmed said, you are a pillar for our nation. You know, and we thank you all for fighting to keep your marriage, and keep that your process of your marriage, because it's always someone looking. Always. So we're looking. You know, everybody, like you said earlier, we're looking for strength, and when we see it, it helps us to keep going as well. So thank you all for the work that you have taken on. It's a honorable work. And just help them see it through. So thank you, Jock Nation, for hanging with us tonight. We want to support our brothers and sister in this endeavor. We want to get the singles married, and then we want to get those who are married. We want to keep them married. A strong family makes up for a strong nation. So thank you all for listening once again, Jock Nation, as we greet you all. Assalamu alaikum.